Hi again. I just wanted to do another video about, um, I guess like two CD reviews. I got this yesterday in the mail, substitution product. Okay, listen to this. It says, these tracks were composed and played without real music instruments. Common everyday life items and tools were used instead. Everything captured with the basic 4-track software, then mixed with Adobe Audition, August 2017, except track 7, April 2011. No effects were used except volume, equalizing, delete, silence, and part of the beats or sounds are resynchronized in the more complex moment, and complex is in quotes, moments, mostly sorry, I'm not a machine. The loops weren't artificially generated. The repetitive parts were mechanically played by human. This release, September 2007, Visual Circuitry Records. This 14-year copy number 42. Tracks 1 and 2 recorded in an old Grange. Tracks 3 and 4 recorded in the kitchen. Tracks 5 and 6 recorded in a garage. Track 7 recorded in a bathroom. And here are the song titles. There's 7 tracks. 1 is Climax Protocol. 2, Sun Over the Shanty Town. 3, Sterile Procreator. 4, The Other Life Beyond. 5, Failed Mechanics, Deindustrialization. 6, And Also the Bird. And 7, Symphony for Electric Toothbrushes and Razors. And it says Noise, Analog, Industrial, Experimental. And I like that as a hand with a bunch of, like a tape. There's tape ribbon wrapped around it. This is terrible. I think this is the worst thing I've ever heard. Because lately, this is like the third like noise and just noise like release that I've gotten, and this is terrible. This is one of the worst things I've ever heard. And like I'm halfway through this first song, Climax Protocol, I'm turning this off. I can't stand it. But then, like, I looked and it was already on the 5th track, so I was okay. I'll listen to it, and I'll never listen to it again. And this was sent to me by the Gabriel, who runs Nihilistic Holocaust out of France, and he sent me some cool stuff. He sent me another noise release that I did like, actually. Like, so I don't just dismiss noise totally. I mean, kind of, because it's just noise. But maybe I'll talk about that one later. But this is just, I mean, I've heard horrible death metal, all kinds of bad music. But this just, it almost just sounds like someone with a hammer and they're hitting like a piece of metal over and over, and some other noises. And it is like what I just read. It doesn't sound like they really put all that much time into it. Like it said, the volume, equalizing, delete, silence. Yeah, man, this is, I was just almost in shock of how horrible this is. So, man, I'm never gonna listen to this again. Can't recommend this to anybody. But another thing I wanted to talk about is that I don't know if you're on Bandcamp. I think Bandcamp is amazing. I bought the entire, well, I don't think it was the entire, but I bought like Malignant Tumors Bandcamp discography for like $30. I just could not resist. And there's I bought so many things on there. And recently I just bought Asphyxiate, The Process of Mutilation. They're an Indonesian like suffocation type death metal band. And it was like $7. And it's not even that, it's okay. I want to review that, but I just couldn't resist. Like, it has the album cover, and you get the cover. You don't get the actual CD. There was like only 1,000 made, but the cover art is awesome. Song titles are cool. The Indonesian, and I was like, I have to order it. So I paid with my credit card, and I downloaded it, and I put it on my phone, and I was just amazed. You know, before you would have to write to a band, like Asphyxiate. I think I actually did write to them a long time ago, and they did send me the CD, and it got broken in the mail. So now, you know, with technology, it's like instant. Before you'd have to write, wait, hope they get your letter or your money or whatever, and then wait to get it back. And now it's just there. It's right there. I mean, you don't get the actual CD, but you can hear the music. Which leads me to this. This is Morgue. There Was a Smell of Frying on Evil Biker Records. I can't even tell what the CD cover is, but like I always look for bands on Bandcamp, and then I just remembered Morgue, and I was like, dude, Morgue is awesome. I have this one CD, but they have a new CD called Doors of No Return. I wish I could. I don't know how to edit. I can't do anything. I'm a moron. But the album cover for their new album is just—it's one of the coolest album covers I've seen. I mean, I like it. Maybe you don't think it's as cool, but I think it's one of the coolest pieces of art I've seen. And I think it's like $5 to download. They have a CD and they have an LP. Dude, I want the vinyl so bad. But Morgue, they're a French band. They're still around, but they haven't put out too much. Like, I think I'm pretty sure it was in the 90s, they put out an album called Arty Gore on Ablated Records. Hey, Ablated. Hey, PJ from Necrotic Records, too. But, Morgue released an album called Arty Gore. Cover's awesome. I hear it's really good, but it's like out of print now. But they have it on Bandcamp, but you can't buy it. Like, you can listen to it, but you can't download it. Like, some bands, they'll have like a name your price, so you could pay like a penny, or usually if it's like that, I'll pay like $1, and it's not even like that. But it's on there and has the album cover, and then they have the Bone Crunch EP that they did, and like I don't have that much money in the bank, so I was like, dude, I want the new one, The Doors of No Return, but I want Arty Gore and I want Bone Crunch. And I was like, oh, but you can't buy them. I was like, man, but I wish I had the actual CD of the Arty Gore and Bone Crunch. And I was like, man, all I have is this. I want more Morgue. And then I was going through my CDs and I found it. I was like, oh, and then I realized that this has Arty Gore and Bone Crunch on it. And I was like, I'm such a moron. Because I think I listened to it a couple of times, and just because I have so many CDs, and then, you know, bands like Toxic Holocaust and Ghoul and Repulsion, you know, and Asssuck and Exhumed and Entrails, and the bands that I reviewed for the zine, that's always like an Ulcer. I was like, that's like always at the forefront. So like I kind of neglect my other CDs, and I have it this whole time, and I never even listened to it. But I do have Arty Gore and Bone Crunch, but I still want the art for Arty Gore. It's like a bunch of corpses in an alley or like the corner of a dirty building, and some of them are like in chemical, or look like chemical waste barrels. It just looks so awesome. And another thing, like, look at the text. It's so small. I don't know. And that is just, I'm not going to read that. Even, like, the song titles. Look at... Okay, peel back organs, embalmed in preservatives, slime. Okay, I can read it now, but I did. That's cool. But it even says morgue. There was a smell of frying, unifying bone crunch and Arty Gore. I'm such an idiot. And look at that. There's just nothing. They should put like at least a picture of a skull or boobs or the band. A skull or boobs though would be best. But Jesus, this is longer than I expected. But yeah, I'm gonna do a lot more CD reviews. But if you like death grind or just weird, because Morgue has gotten weird. But check out the cover for Doors of No Return. Oh, it looks so awesome. Okay, I better go drink this, but mainly, yeah, and Asphyxiate. Asphyxiate, some good Indonesian death metal. Substitution product is